Hey, everybody. Good morning to you. Hello. I hope all is well. Today, we're going to talk about unlocking the secrets to growing your business. And I want you to definitely be paying attention to what we're going to talk about here. And I don't know why this thing's got poor connection. It always does that to me. But we're going to talk about unlocking the secrets to growing your business, meaning we're going to talk about more on the marketing strategies and what you need to do to let people know that you're here, let people know that you have a business. Because I think that that's where a lot of my clients and people that, that I have serviced and come in contact with, I think because, you're not traditional, you're in a traditional mindset of growing a business. And I think that, now things seem so totally different to you now. I think I'm gonna get out of that one and use this phone here because it's something going on with this one here. But let me go ahead and, guys, give me 1 second for this right here. Let me just start this over. Sorry about that. We'll disconnect this and we'll do this over. More way to skin a cat in this, or I can post this. I can edit this out and post this later. But some things that we're going to go over today, and we're going to talk about here, that's going to be very helpful for you, whether you're marketing on social media, whether you're doing the traditional marketing. All of this is going to be important to you. Okay, now one of the first things that we need to do is, hopefully you got all of your foundational pieces set up, like being, having your social media presence. This is so important to you. You got to do it. You can't bypass this, people. You can't bypass this because social media is where it's going. You got to follow. You got to follow where your target market is going to be. And of course, you know that even with the Super Bowl and even with all kind of different big events, they are not leaving out social media. No, they're not. And then I was reading, and I think it was either Forbes or Bloomberg. I was reading the information that in the next 4 years, that a lot of this organic traffic when it comes down to social media, the big boys or the big companies will have came and moved into this space. Because if you guys can remember, hopefully some of you do or don't, back in 2014, no, not 14, I'm sorry, when Periscope came out in 2015, 16, in 17, things start to change with versus your reach was a little bit better for as when you getting on doing lives and things like that. And then it kind of started changing the algorithms and changing the way you marketed. You did marketing, and how your audience knew who you was. You had to start paying more for ads, and you had to start doing like different little things. And then everybody was selling you a course on how to market on Facebook and how to market on these different platforms. Some of them was legit, some of them was just trying to get your money, and some of them wasn't. They didn't know they were taking other people's classes and trying to teach you when they had no earthly idea what was really going on. So everybody was just kind of throwing the ball in and see what bites, and throwing the fish, the what you call it, the when you fish in the rod in and see what bites, and then going from there. So anyway, that you shouldn't want to do that, because that's a waste of time, energy, and money. And I'm sure that because of the economic climate now, a lot of you don't have the recession, and let's just call it what it is. A lot of you don't have time to waste money, I'm sure, and neither do you want to sit there and just keep on throwing money at something that is that it's not going to be beneficial to you. So what I do want
Connected to iPhone.
Okay, it's connecting back up because I'm gonna get them back on there. But what I do want to share and what I want to talk about here is what we're going to talk about is going to be you getting yourself foundationally set up. And I guarantee you, and I don't make guarantees, if you do some of these things here, you will be okay. You will definitely be okay. You going to people gonna know you exist, and you're gonna be strategic, and you're not going to be okay just being concerned with the lifestyle marketing that a lot of you see out here, that everybody's all caught up now in things and connected with people that maybe they shouldn't have, because I'm sure that a lot of you heard the comment that Grant Cardone made, and not bashing him, but because I have 2 or 3 of his books, but I always do with anybody I'm listening to and with anyone I am getting knowledge from. I chew up the meat and I spit out the bones. Because once again, I'm going to say this: I chew up the meat and spit out the bones. You would never hear me hold you in the highest regard of over God. I am not going to covenant a man or a woman. I'm not going to do that because He's the Almighty One. He's the one that I look up to. But, here again, I do know He can speak to you through people. And and that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as if, they are the goat. Now, I just don't do that. So, and you shouldn't either. So, but anyway, what I'm saying to you about that is you have to do your due diligence on people, and then you have to really, really be genuine and really, really concerned on helping people. And then, like I said, this lifestyle marketing that's been out here and that has been out here for the last 7 years, really, since I've kind of been out here. Yeah, it's been wild, and I've seen people come and go, and I've seen them, even some of them, and I see how they do things, they do things that they don't really have your best interest at heart to the fullest. But we're not going to even get into that. Just use your discernment and use your judgment on people helping you, and just because they riding in a Lamborghini, or the Maserati, or the Rolls Royce, all these things that just, and they're looking the part, and you don't know whether they're purchasing that stuff, or you don't know whether they're renting that stuff, or you don't know whether they're Airbnb that stuff. You just don't know. So just don't get greedy and be filled with greed when you're out here living your dreams, pushing your dreams. Whatever you're doing with your dreams, make sure that you are being very, very intentional in a good way. Not intentional, because you can be intentional in a bad way too as well, but be intentional in a good way, people. And this just operate in integrity. I was talking to someone this, or one of my, kind of like, I would say, accountability partner. She is, sometimes we keep each other encouraged in business. Her business is totally different than mine, but we are like-minded, women that like to talk about, things that we have going on and how we are apt to grow our business and keeping each other encouraged. That's what we do. But, and like we were talking this morning and saying some things about, just how when you stay in your own lane, it's much better. You don't get anxiety, and then you start, partnering up and connecting with people that you have no business connecting with. And then when they go down, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you'll go down with them, meaning you will, your audience will start looking at you differently. You'll lose credibility with a lot of people that you had credibility with, So anyway, that's just my personal opinion. I'm this kind of person. You do you and I do me, but at the same time, don't come over here bothering me. Let me have my own judgment. Let me let me do what I don't want to say judgment, but let me have my own thing. Don't bother me, and I won't bother you. If I can't bring positivity in your life and in your circle, you ain't got to worry about me, because I won't do anything to hurt you. If I can't help you, I won't hurt you. I'm definitely not going to harm you. And I've had to say that plenty of times to others and people. So, all right, let's go ahead and talk about the marketing discovery piece that I do want to talk about and share with you. It's going to be how to, this is going to be a few days. We're going to talk about the unlocking the secrets to growing your business, and marketing is definitely the key. You hear me? It's the key to unlocking your business growth. Okay, it's going to be the ultimate thing that you have to start with, other than getting a business set up foundationally. The ultimate thing that you need to do, remember this: you need to market your business. And I don't know anyone that can get out here and teach you about business and not tell you that, oh, you can do it without marketing. Absolutely not. So what I'm going to do, let me see, can I go ahead and start the IG back again? And because I restarted my phone, and I will be giving you some things here to kind of to work with you, that so where you can have to work with when it comes down to this business growth. And these are not surface things that we're gonna talk about. These is gonna be really, really getting down to the core of it all. Okay. So hopefully this will work this time. Hopefully. And if it don't, then I'll just okay. Now we're back. Okay. There it is. That's better. Alrighty. Hi, IG. Hope all is well with you guys. So you're just seeing this live video. I had to start it back a few times. We're getting ready to talk about unlocking the secrets to growing your business. And we are going to begin with, first of all, the marketing piece that we're going to share. Like I said, you should have already, if you are a business, you have a business, you should have already done some of the things like getting your EIN number, LLC, getting your business bank account. And we're going to touch on, in this series, we're going to touch on growing. We're going to touch on growing your business from a business standpoint of getting business credit, building business credit, getting your personal credit together, because that's going to matter too. We're going to be talking about a few things of that nature as well. And this will be a series. So if you are interested in just staying abreast on it, and making sure that you know what's going on throughout this series, text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465. That's text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465. Text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465. And you will learn a lot about how to the secrets to unlocking and growing your business. And this is definitely some information that it should help you if you follow the instructions. You have to implement this information that I'm going to give you, and it's going to help you. It has helped me. It's grown things, especially the social media platform, not brick and mortar, or either, let's say, outside of social media. I work with clients all the time. I work with them one-on-one. A lot of times I work with them on different capacities. So is not the only way, but what we're going to talk about now is going to be the way, the social media platforms are going to be the way that we're going to discuss a little bit here. So that way you won't have to worry about getting the least on business and coming up with, ways to market outside of, in a brick and mortar. But we want you to, we're going to give you something that we got to grow here. Okay. Now, how are you going to discover who's your target market? And when I say your target market, what I mean is the people that want what you have to offer. There's over 7 billion, 8 billion people now in the world. And after, we had the pandemic and how things has gone on with the pandemic, I'm sure that a lot of you were just uncertain, things were bleak in your life. Things were, you wasn't sure about the next chapter in your life. You wasn't sure about the next day. You probably wasn't sure about, where you're going and all the visions and the goals and the dreams that you have. You just probably say, oh my goodness, what happened? You had some things, and there are people that they did extremely well during the pandemic. made millions of dollars during the pandemic. And I know some people that feel like because they made millions of dollars during the pandemic that they are qualified to tell you, hey, okay, let me teach people how to make money. But they made it during the pandemic. So that's not sustainable in a sense, because there was an influx of money flowing through the economy. Okay, let me say that again. There was an influx of money flowing through the economy. Now, I bet you, and I believe that, and I'm almost certain that a lot of those that were making this money and hustling and starting their business during the pandemic, a lot of them now are not doing as well as they were at one point in time. You never know they back in, because they won't show it to you. They will, they will continue to lifestyle market you until every 3 to 6 months they get on there and tell you, what's the next best thing. They'll try this, they'll throw this in the hat, and then they'll say, oh, well, wow, that didn't grow. Let me try something else. That didn't grow. Let me try something else. I've been doing this since 2016, and I've been doing the same thing. I've been doing it even before I got on social media live, doing social media. I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this since 2006 and really working with clients more so one-on-one with my business coaching. So I've been out here a long time and been successful with it. Okay. I have not, look at here, at times it's done. Sometimes it's been, it's been up and down, and sometimes it's been, and that's because of certain things that I didn't implement in my business. So when I implemented certain things in my business, it made a difference. Okay. So now what I want to share with you, and these are some of the things when I implement these in my business, it changed my world. It made things so differently. And I am consistent. I need to be more consistent with some of my other things that I am doing too. So it'll get better. I believe, and I know it will. It'll get better. Now, marketing discovery. Okay, discovering your market. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Discovering who that person is that's supposed to purchase from you. Okay. Now, one of the ways that you can do this is you can build up your list on, first of all, taking your and actually taking yourself doing your research. Right now, finding out one of the first things that I want you to do, and I implement this however you want to do it, is you got to know that, see, now whatever you're doing, there's somebody else, there's a business out there. You're not the first one that came up with this business model. Whatever it is, you're not the first one that came up with it. So go out and find out, do your research, get your magnifying glass and start looking and seeing what's going on with your, I would say your competitors, the people that are also out doing the same thing that you're doing. How are they speaking to your particular niche or your particular market? Now, once you do that, you're going to also have to get out and research and find out, whether you go to Google, Google your particular industry, your particular niche, whatever you have to do, Google and find out what people are requesting, whether they're asking, like, for instance, like, I don't know whether you've seen the video when I did Google Trends. Google Trends is a way to find out what's trending. You key in your keyword for your industry and see what's trending, and it'll tell you where it is, where they are. It'll tell you who's trending and you can do any country. You don't only have to do the United States. You can do anywhere in the world, and mostly that information should be, I think maybe China may not be accurate because of their, limit to their bureaucracy, however they do it for is when it comes down to, the internet. So that might be a little tough one there for that country, but mostly I'm willing to bet you anywhere else would be very accurate information. Now, the next thing is you want to also know anytime your competitors are doing, let's say if they are noted, they're posting something, you can always get and find out just what's going on, and just like I said, and just get in a piece of paper and pen or pad or whatever, and then really making sure that you are definitely you are definitely loving, seeing what they're doing and writing it down. Okay. Now, also a few more things that I do want to mention to you that you might need to know is, knowing all of your social media platforms, searching and finding out what's going on, and what do your target audience like, what in and they will tell you, and then even where they go for is, who are they connecting to, what do they like, what TV shows do they like, what are they watching, where do they like to eat, all of these things. So you are going to have to reach out to them, marketing, advertisement, one way or the other. You're going to have to reach them. And you also want to know this because you can create content, you know, how they around what they like. Like for instance, if you are, you can come up with, I know I've had to do this sometimes, you can come up with different memes, or, the any kind of saying. You can quote something if they like certain, say for instance, if you want to do, because there's different kind of posting cycles that you can do when you're posting things on social media. Whatever your audience like, you can kind of gear it around. You can gear a quote around it. You can gear any kind of graphic. You can pull information from other places and give the originator or the creator credit for it. You can definitely do that. You can also do, you can do all kind of things when it comes down to getting yourself out there for your marketing and getting people to know who you are. And that's not the only thing. Now, I know a lot of you, and I don't know if you're listening to the replay, how many of you guys have heard of Chat GPT? Now, with that's concerned, a lot of people are using that to write, different things for them, or to do different research for them, which is a good thing to use now too, to help you to grow and find out, to help you kind of create maybe products or whatever it is, for people. So with that being said, and with this being and said with that is, you don't have to be scratching your head half the day and trying to find out how do what to do, what to come up with, because a lot of you, I'm sure, if you like me, you have other things going on too, and sometimes your mind can get crowded and busy. And then too, also, if you're starting out right now, you can't hire a team, then this will be a good way for you to do things for yourself. So I know a lot of you, you hear that, yeah, you need a team. You can't do it by yourself. But if you're starting out, and if you're just in the infant stage of growing a business, you have to be very, very wise and cautious, and very, very, you have to use wisdom, definitely. And here again, don't listen at what everybody else is telling you, and trying to get you out there and push you out there on a limb, and they ain't gonna be there to save you. Just use wisdom in that. And that's what I'm saying about that. Now, along with that, with the Chat GPT, and then too, we're going to do on Saturday. And Saturday will be the 25th. I'm going to kind of give you some training on this. And if you would join me live, if you text 833-247-6465, I'm going to give you that, I'm going to give you that information. Okay. So text Push to Dream to 833-247-6465, and I will definitely be giving you the info to help you. Okay. So now, also the next thing that we want to talk about when it comes down to you, and listen, everyone, this is with any business that you have. This information that I am sharing with you is for that business. because a lot what they won't tell you and what you don't think is happening out here in the world of business is this is just the way it's done, and that's just the bottom line. Okay, this is the way it's done. Now, later on in the week, we're going to get more into other things like, a little bit more advanced stuff. But right now, just I know some of you, it may be just basic stuff to you right now, but I definitely want you to just hang in here with me because it's going to be little nuggets in here with this basic information that we're going to talk about. Okay. Now, some of the let's keep going. Now, although a lot of you may get these, and then I'm finna talk about surveys. So you don't have to have a base yet, a buying base yet. You can get out and find out who is your target group, and you can run an ad, and you can do this organically to as people connect with you. And we'll be talking about that Saturday too. On well, okay, I'm telling you all of this, but how do we make this stuff happen? You will learn Saturday if you be a part of the Zoom. We're going to have a training Saturday morning. Need to get up early Saturday morning, and we're going to have one because and I'm going to show you some of the things, so you need to be ready if you're going to be a part of it. Now let's get back to surveying. You can create your own questions, whatever you want to find out about these people that will be your customers. Like for instance, you may have a business, and you may want to know what you want to create something that you want them, instead of you getting on a live video and you're saying, hey, what you guys need. But sometimes people may not want to ask you things in front of other people too. So that's something that you need to take in consideration. Ask the question. There are forms, and I will give you that information how you can do that on Saturday, that you can ask questions and do a survey and find out what your person will want. Say, for instance, if somebody, like, let's just use the beauty industry, and I can say, I can ask them, well, what type of hair do you have? And what is your problems? Is your hair dry? Is it oily? Is it blah, 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 blah? Then I can say, okay, well, I can ask another question. Well, how often do you do your hair? That would tell me a lot too. Whether they're lazy about doing their hair, whether how healthy their hair is. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're not really doing anything to your hair but once a week, that tells me you really don't care about your hair. It's probably dry and it's probably breaking. Okay, so those are some of the things that, what I'm saying. Whatever your industry is, that this is what I mean. These are the kind of questions you can ask. So when you find out that intelligent information, and let me say this right here, when you find out that, let me go ahead and say this. And when you find out that intelligence information, then you can plan accordingly. I remember I heard Les Brown make a statement one time. He said, hey girl, he said, Les Brown made a statement one time. He says the reason how he was able to beat the big boys, like he was talking about the Tony Robbins and those guys that was really getting, and he was the only African American at that time really doing the corporate training. Thank you. What he was saying was, he said that when he realized and he knew what company he was going to speak to, what he did was he reached out to whoever asked him to come speak, and he gave them a survey, or he gave them a questionnaire. And before he got there, he knew exactly what he wanted to speak about. So really, Les said that made him the GOAT, the greatest of all times, in a sense, because that tactic he used, no one was using that tactic. He says they were using, I think they was using the Dale Carnegie method, and however he said that, that's the method they was used. Tell the people what they want to hear, and then tell the people what they need to hear. He said, somehow he put it, and he said that method, he didn't use it that way. But guess what? If you think about this, if you're going to reach out to someone, if you want a customer and you want them to hear what you have to say, why wouldn't you know what they want to talk about? That's just like, a lot of times, let me tell you, if you notice this, when you call a person name out when you're talking to them, oh, y'all, there's so much stuff we can talk. Well, it's so much stuff we're going to get into when it comes down to business. Woo, my goodness, it's a lot of stuff y'all don't know. It's a lot of things that you really don't know. How you talk to people, how you call their name, and you make it feel like that you only talking to them. Because I'm gonna tell you, when I'm talking to someone and a salesperson call me, and when they call me by my name, let me tell you something, that made me feel real good. It really do, because they acknowledging me, they see me. And when they listen to you more than they talk, that's another way that it makes you feel like you're important. And who don't want to be feel like they're important? Come on now, you can tell me, no, saying it, that ain't true. I'm not conceited. I ain't say you were a narcissist or anything like that. Cause they are conceited and look on another level. Been married to one and was engaged to one. Okay. So I'm not talking about that. But anyway, there's a level of tactics and ways that you are to let the person know and be genuine about it. I'm not talking about being fake now, because a person can smell, they can smell a fake person a mile away. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that are genuinely true, and they're genuinely concerned about, you are genuinely concerned about the people that you are going to serve. And then even, you can give a survey on top of a survey. Then you can give a survey after you've connected with them. Because I'm always asking my clients, okay, how did things go? How did I do it? And it's not that I'm being insecure about what I'm being presented, that the services that I'm giving them. I need to know, how can I serve you better the next time? And then you keep those people around when you do that. You keep those customers coming back to you, and you build that rapport, you build that relationship. I have clients that I still continue to do their hair. I have clients that I've been doing since when I was working in the salon in JC Penney's years ago. I have a few clients that I'm still doing their hair now. They're still my customers. And there's some people that was dedicated to JC Penney, not me, but along the way, I build up a very good rapport with my people that my clients that I was working with years ago. Okay. And then some people would go, you're going to have some customers that come when they need stuff, because here again, maybe getting their hair done every 2 weeks or getting their service done every 2 weeks is not important to them. So you have to look at things like that. And when you are growing your business. Now, the next thing then I want to talk about is you giving them information, and not only saying, just like, for instance, you and I talking now, there are some people that they are not going to give you this information. They're going to want you to just totally pay for all of this information that they're going to share with you. And they want you to think it is rocket science, but it's really not. It really isn't. It's just that you executing on a lot of common sense things when it comes down to growing your business. It really is. Just like, let's say, for instance, branding, giving someone, when you're branding a business, that's even a part of marketing too, because, and then, that's seeing this another thing. You want to know what's going to attract your clients. What am I going to do that's going to attract these people? And this is why you go out and you find out your avatar, who your person is, who is that perfect person for me, and who can I serve? Because they may not, there may be a certain color that they like. They may not like the way, you can tell if they like expensive, they like exclusive items. If you see them wearing different things on social media, if you see certain, if you hear them even comment on something, if they're looking at somebody else's information, they you may hear them comment, or whatever thing. Like right now, the situation with Grant Cardone, I'm gonna bring this back up because this is a good example of what how you can kind of find out too. This is a good time for you guys, anyone, to find out, let me see what's going on with this. So who, in whatever your business is, who is my customers? Because they are expressing that. Read the comments. Stop. Sometimes don't look at the video, read them comments and stuff. I read comments all the time. Reading is fundamental. You learn a lot from reading. You learn a lot from reading, and you can find out what this person said or what that person said. Oh, I did. And what are their views on things, even the political views, how they thinking. And some people are kind of like, because everybody want their opinion. Everybody Everybody want their opinion heard. A lot of people want their opinion heard, and this is how you can find out what these folks want from you. What are they talking about out here? What do they need to, what can you help them with? I don't care what it is, but you go into the specific area, go to the niche. That's why I say research your competitors. Get on YouTube and see, looking at the comments. Get on social media and look at the comments. I know it's boring work to you guys, and you may feel like it's hard work. Write that information down. You will then find out how you can market to the people that you need to serve. That's how you can do that. And then go back in and, and then you be consistent with what you're doing and let them know that. And, sometimes, and I need to be out here every day. And I don't, but because I am working behind the scenes doing other things, but that's just an excuse because I can just take a few minutes. I don't have to talk to you an hour or two. That's on me. But for the last week or so, I've really been under the weather. I've really been, really not feeling my best. But I just say, sometimes I think when I'm not feeling my best and I want to get out here, what I'm going to do is just do my audio version of it. There is no excuse. I can do my audio, put my picture up, or put a topic up. There's all kind of ways. And I realize that we can let our voice be heard. We don't have to, we don't have to give them, we don't have to give them, we don't have to give people the face all the time. The lot, when we doing lives, we don't have to give them our face all the time. We really don't. But I mean, sometimes I just want you guys to know that I'm very transparent. But sometimes in the morning I can wake up with inspiration, and I haven't gotten ready for the day. And you guys think I'm gonna let you see me looking any kind of way? No. I'm not gonna do it. I don't care what you say. Ain't nobody gonna see that but my husband. Okay. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. But now let me go ahead and give you a couple of more things that I do. It's a couple more things that we're gonna talk about. And we did mention the content, and then we did talk about the when I talked about chat GPT. There's some things that I don't know whether you guys may realize this or not, but getting actually, and this can be, you can find the keywords is what I'm going to tell you too, but you can find all of this in some of those comments that you're reading. You can find some of the keywords that you feel like you should use. Tell you, one day I was doing me some research when it comes down to my hair product line, and I was sitting on the and I was doing some research on the computer, and I was just looking at some stuff that it was my hair serum, and I was looking at some of the comments, and then some people was asking, well, I want to know about this, and I want to know about that, and I need to know about this. So that gave me intelligence, like I told you about Les Brown, say how he got, he was able to give the people to be able to keep their attention, because he'd find out who was going to be there, what they really wanted, and he went from there. And so he created his speech around that. He came there with a topic. I'm sure he spoke with the organization or the company that had him come there. But what I'm saying to you is, when you find out exactly what these comments saying, what people saying, this is the way and then you structure it the way you need to, because that's what I did. I said, okay, then you can say, oh, okay, well, let me build more content for this, and let me try to build more content for that. And then one more thing I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna get off. Well, there's another one. And I used to use the free version because you can only get like 3 words. You can only like research 3 words, but I end up getting the paid version because I really, really want to do some. I'm gonna, increase my research so where I can really, really give good quality content, because I really want to help. And then I need to find out what kind of videos do I need to create. Answer the public. Answer the public is exactly what it says. What it is it gathers anything that's being searched on Google a lot. Like, everything. Come on now. We always on Google, people. Google. Google this, Google that. Well, with Answer the Public, you can key in a word. Let's say I'm going to key in hair growth, and it's going to give me what questions are people asking on hair growth on social media, right? Guess what I can do from there? Let me go ahead and get some content together. And the question has the questions, the who's, when, where, what, where, and how, and all that kind of stuff. And it tells you and it highlights the one that's being asked the most. You can go in. Most of you have a Gmail account. You automatically have a YouTube page when you do that. You already have a YouTube page. When you got a Google account, you automatically have a YouTube page. It doesn't have to be with fancy. I used to think this, man, I got to get the latest and the greatest. But I got my microphone and different things because I'm doing my podcast most. But this here mic right here, you guys, I love this thing. But anyway, it's very good. It's going, and I love the crisp, even the one that I have in my desktop computer, because as you notice, guys, I'm sitting in a different area today. So anyway, I like, I want that, you don't, and my point is, you don't have to, let that stop you from getting started. That's my point. You don't have to let that stop you from getting started. And what you need to do is, like I said, as growing crystals. When I first started out, I ain't have a ring light, y'all. Have nothing. I didn't have a ring light. I had my little iPad and put my little thing, and look at here, sitting right here where I'm sitting for the most part. And then I had my little. Now I'm on my laptop now, but I had my little iPad Pro, which is big enough, and I loved it because it was clear enough for me. But I had my iPhone. I got my iPhone right here doing the thing. Shoot, you just have to get out of your own way, people. I'm telling you, and because somebody need what you have to offer. And then once you do that and get out your own way, create your system just like the rest of the people do. Just create your, get your funnels together, get your way, get your payment processes together. PayPal, Stripe, or they have a few more. Find out ways in GPT. It can help you create, because I'm going to use it more with some things. And when I get ready to create my funnels and create things that I'm going to use to help me to market to more people, I'm going to use that more. Okay. But, to help people, help clients and help those that want results of my gifts and my talents and my services, because you all have them. No matter what anybody try to tell you, no matter what anybody has said to you, that you can't do this, you can't do that. You have greatness within you, hunty, Mr. Darling, sweetheart. You have greatness within you, and you have something that over 8 billion, almost 8 billion people on this earth. Now, do you not know that a sector or a small portion of that, you mean to tell me that God created you with this gift and you don't believe in yourself enough to realize that I got this gift from God and he prepared me to serve, and I can't even see it? How y'all think God feel? And when I realized that and got out of my own way, let me tell y'all something. Oh yeah, the enemy's gonna come, and the distractions, the trials and tribulations, and everything is gonna come, people. But don't give up. Don't do it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. That's all I can say to you. Don't ever give up. Don't mind what the people are saying. Don't let it phase you one bit. But you get out here and you take those gifts and talents that you were given and you do something with them. Because there is a place for you in the marketplace. There is a place for you in this world to let your light shine. And stop being intimidated by people that have the same insecurities as you do. and you don't know it. Stop being intimidated by those that have some of the same traumas as you do, but you'll never know it because they'll never tell you. So what you need to do is to get out here and make it happen. I don't care if you own somebody's job, 9 to 5. You still need to do something with your gifts. Don't allow others to have your entire gifts and not give you something back. Don't allow them to have your entire gifts and not give you something back. Okay. So, with that being said, I hope that you got something out of this, and I hope that we are just beginning. This is part 1 to unlocking the secrets to growing your business. We're going to start talking a little bit the rest of the week, a little bit more, and I may pre-record 1 or 2 of the videos and put them up because in case I will be in the salon the later on part of the week in case I'm just not exhausted and not feeling well, you know, I just want to be able to get the information out to you. So if I don't, if you see a post and it's not live, then, I still want you to get the information. We're still going to go over it. Okay. So if you are going to be interested in Saturday, text Push to Dream to 833-247-6465. Text Push to Dream to 833-247-6465. And I'll show you, we'll be going over these things that we're talking about this week, how to set them up and how to use them to help you with business and growing your business. And one more thing I want you to do is take your job description of whatever your career is. Take your job description and go down your job description and see exactly what skill set do I have that I can offer the world, or I can offer someone, and bring that thought pattern with you Saturday if you are coming, because I will send you the link to the Zoom. Bring that thought pattern with you, and it's free. It's a free training. That's not going to cost you anything in case you're wondering, but I will be giving you the link if you're on the list. If you're not on the list, you won't be able to join us because I'm not putting it out there for the public. It's going to be sent to those that want the information. Okay. And then after the training, if you want it, it will cost you. So if you say, okay, I want to see what she about. I want to try out her information. I don't want to be releasing my money to her, giving her, paying for her, her service or whatever, paying for her training. If you want to be there and you just want to see what it's about, please text Push the Dream to 833-247-6465. How about that? Okay. But anyway, right now, this is going to be it for now, for right now. And I'll go in and give you part 2 tomorrow. If not later, I'll put it down later on this evening. Unlock the secrets to growing your business. These are secrets that, people are not going to tell you. And we're definitely going to touch on the business and the personal credit because I think I've talked about it before, but I'm going to keep talking and hopefully it helps somebody to do what they need to do. And if you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to ask. Please, when we go live again, put them in the in the comments here, and I'll be glad to ask them while we're on live. How about that? Okay. Alrighty. Thanks so much for being here, guys. And for those that are listening to the replay, I hope that you got something out of the information. Alrighty. Because, we're not participating in the recession. You're gonna come out on top. Alrighty. Have a blessed one. Okay. Have a good one and a blessed one. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.